What's up guys, this week I'm driving the BMW 520d and I do over 1,700 kilometers in this vehicle. So I'm going to tell you everything about my trip, what's it like on the road, and most importantly, how does it stack up with the new Mercedes-Benz E-Class, which I recently drove as well. So let's get into it. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm in the new 5er, the BMW 520d. What a phenomenal executive saloon, and I absolutely love the design and the styling of this vehicle, especially with this two-tone, a body color and trim. This one's finished in this dark gray, and then it's got all of this gold trimming around the vehicle, around the front grille, the rims, the side of the windows, and the full frame of the window. And it's got all of these nice little touches, these 5 sign embedded on the rear door, as well as on the inside of your doors when you open it up. So really striking design. It grabs a lot of attention on the road, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful, right? From the front of the vehicle, you've got some LED headlamps. You've got these front grille, which is illuminated. It is finished in this gold trimming, and the vents open up on this, so it allows air into it, or it's closed at some points as well. And it just looks absolutely amazing. It's just so striking on the road. And that illuminated front grille, I have to admit, I absolutely love it. I think people feel like it's a bit tacky, but I think it looks absolutely amazing, especially in the night when it's lit up. The vehicle really stands out. And I think that was one of the reasons why, it drew a lot of attention on the road as well, right? Coming around to the side of the vehicle, you've got 20-inch rims. This one's tricolor, so it's gold, black, and a silver. Looks absolutely amazing, and it continues throughout the vehicle, right? So along the side of the vehicle, you can see around the window frames, all finished in gold with this 5 kind of badging embedded in it. And then, of course, coming around to the rear, you've got LED tail lamps and a nice bumper, and I think the overall styling of this car just looks absolutely amazing, right? At the back, you've also got an electric tailgate. You've got 520 liters of storage capacity, and you also get a spare tire. It is a biscuit, but nonetheless, I'm still pretty happy with that, because this is a family sedan, and you're going to be using it for those long distance trips, right? So you want that spare tire. So I'm really glad that BMW has included it in this vehicle.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying our videos. And most importantly, don't forget that Auto Advisor is a technology company in the automotive industry that's focused on getting our customers the best price on their next new car. All you got to do is head over to autoadvisor.co.za, inquire on any vehicle that you're interested in purchasing, and somebody from our team will get in touch with you, go out and negotiate on your behalf to get you the most competitive price on your next new car. And you can safely sit back at home and relax, knowing that our team is trying to get you the best deal from our national footprint of dealers across the country.
So under the bonnet, you've got a 2-liter turbo diesel motor, good for 145 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in about 7.5 seconds. And it's also got a mild hybrid system, right? So I think the engine is really phenomenal, right? Great power delivery. It's mated to an 8-speed gearbox. And, I was just so impressed with this vehicle. The drive, the overall handling, and the fuel efficiency, right? In total, I did 1,700 Ks, and my average fuel consumption was 7.1 liters. So pretty impressive drive, pretty impressive consumption, and overall I think the engine is really amazing, right? I think the engine on this vehicle, the power delivery, the power ratio, and the overall delivery of that power, I never felt like I was underpowered. Even with a full load, I had 5 people in the car, including myself, plus all our luggage, going down or coming up, right? I thought maybe coming up I might feel a little bit underpowered, but really that wasn't the case, and the vehicle just delivered its power so well. So really kudos to BMW on this engine, and I think it's a great pick for this type of vehicle. when you're doing those long family trips, extended trips. And obviously the fuel efficiency, the balance between power and efficiency is so important right now because it impacts your fuel consumption, right? And you don't want to be spending a lot of money on fuel than you need to. So jumping into the back seats, you've got dual climate control, you've got retractable blinds, as well as on the main rear window, which that one is automated, but the others are manual. And it's still fine, right? It's the ability to use it and create some sort of comfortable space for your rear passengers to be in, right? You've got ISOFIX, you've got cup holders in your center armrest as well as on either side of the door with plenty of storage space. You've got 4 Type-C ports, so 2 just below your aircon controls, and then 1 on each seat behind my headrest. And I'm assuming that's for, if you've got some sort of iPad or something mounted, you can pretty much have it mounted there and be charging it at the same time. So in addition, you've got access to this sunroof, which expands all the way to the rear seats, just creating this very airy environment for the rear passengers, and it's really, really nice. So jumping into the driver's seat, and you're met by these 2 massive dual unit setup, so your instrument cluster as well as your media unit, and you've got this beautiful leather wrap steering. Feels nice in your hands, quite chunky, and on the steering you've got your instrument cluster controls on the right hand side, so it's quite easy to navigate and quite a bit of customization available in it. You've got your layout, your heads-up display, and then you've also got your content, right? What are you seeing on the screen? And all of them offer quite a wide range of selections, so there's quite a bit of customization just available in the heads-up display and in your instrument cluster, right? And then on the left-hand side of your steering, you've got your cruise control, adaptive cruise control, and assisted cruise control functionality, and that was also quite easy to use as well. On the right-hand side of your steering, so on this side, you've got all of your light controls, and then on your door, you've got your seat settings as well as your central locking, so also central locking available on that side of the door. And then you've got your window controls as well as the rear blind controls, right? I do like these vents, and they've got this kind of haptic touch, or just this touch kind of setting to it, which is quite nice. So you use that to open up and set the vents in terms of how much of airflow you want coming in. And then your media unit is controlled by this touchpad here in the middle. At the touchpad, you've got your media controls, navigation, telephone, you've got your volume control, and then you've got your My Modes, which has a couple of modes, which is sport, efficient, and then they've got some other modes, right? Which, when you set it up, it kind of changes your whole layout here, also your ambient lighting, colors, etc. So I quite like it. I never really used it too much outside of the sport and efficient mode. Sport mode did have or add a layer of sportiness to the vehicle, but I wouldn't say it was anything mind-blowing, right? And then you've got your auto hill control, your park, and then your gear lever. I like this crystal kind of finish here in on these controls. They look quite nice, and they make it look quite plush and fancy, right? And I think that's something you expect in a 5 Series. So overall, the dash and the interior does feel quite nice, and I like this minimalistic kind of design, but it does come at some sacrifice, or because of the controls that are now embedded within the media unit, right? So the media unit has quite a bit of navigation, quite a bit of controls that are within it, and you've got to go in and find this stuff, right? So I think that was a little bit frustrating for me because I'm obviously only having the car for a week, so I didn't really find some of the stuff I was looking for, but I did see quite a bit of customization in there and quite a bit of settings in there. So I think if you spending more time with the car, you own the vehicle, I'm sure you'll be able to find these things and navigate through them a little bit easier than I did, right? You've obviously got your aircon controls in here, embedded within your media unit, and then you've got quite a bit of apps and stuff. There's like Apple CarPlay, Bundesliga, there's console games, there's literally quite a bit of stuff in here, right? And then you've got YouTube and wireless Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, Spotify. Insane, right? And I'll show you this little video that they had available here on this unit for Halloween, which I thought was pretty cool. And you also get dual device wireless charging. So you've got 2 wireless charging pods in the front, and then you've got 2 cup holders as well, just in front of your console here. Cup holders on either side of the door. You've got quite a bit of storage space in the cubby, and then you've got your BMW on call and all of that stuff at the top here with your light controls. I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? And I think when I jumped into the car, I really felt like I was in something quite expensive, right? It felt very futuristic, it felt very premium and plush. So I quite like the 5 Series, right? And I'll talk to you about that a little bit more when I get into the pricing. So from a safety point of view, the vehicle comes fully loaded. It's got all the driver assists, and it's got 360-degree cameras, park assist. So it really is fully loaded. I think they all come together quite nicely when you're using the assisted driving, and really takes a lot of pressure off the driver, and all of this technology playing a part to allow you a bit more of a relaxed and comfortable drive, right? In addition, you've got park assist, you've got a 5-star in-cab rating, so really nothing for you to be worried about in that regard. All right, so let's just talk about pricing and the competition, right? Obviously, the 5 Series is competing directly with the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. I drove the E-Class at the launch earlier this year. I haven't had it on test yet, so I have spent a little bit of time with it. I mean, it's still a phenomenal vehicle, right? For me, the reality though is that, and I'm a Mercedes fan, right? So I think BMW have literally nailed it with the price point of this 5 Series. And to be quite honest, when I jumped into this vehicle, I thought I was sitting in like a 1.5 million rand car or 1.6 million rand car. But actually, the price is 1,240,000 rand, and it comes with a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer motor plan, right? Absolutely mind-blowing. It feels much more high value than it is, and I think BMW's done an incredible job to come in at that price point, right? It's 100,000 rand cheaper than the E-Class, and I think Mercedes-Benz is gonna struggle, to compete with that with BMW, right? And I think BMW is playing it really smart, because all of their vehicles that I've driven recently are slightly cheaper than the Mercedes. Even the 340i was cheaper than the C43. Now the 5 Series cheaper than the E-Class. And I'm not sure how they're getting their pricing right, when you compare it to Mercedes, but I think they spot on and they've hit the nail on the head. So I think they've got a phenomenal package, a great vehicle, and honestly, I think this is a great buy, right? If you got 1.2 million rand and you're looking for a vehicle, I would highly recommend that you go and have a look at this 5 Series, because it is just a phenomenal all-rounder. I think everything about it I've absolutely loved, and the reality is that I feel like this is a great buy, right? And I feel like if you're looking for a SUV, you should definitely come and have a look at the 5 Series or a sedan, because there are still some amazing sedans out there, and I think that market is just completely neglected because of the dominance of SUVs, right? But I think that because of that as well, you do have some power in terms of negotiations to try and get you a better price. So definitely check it out. If you're spending about 1.2 million rand, I would highly encourage you to have a look at this 5 Series, and yeah, I do think it's absolutely a great buy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and catch you guys on the next one. Peace.